Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Re-Speaking. Hey, Jen.
Hey, Scott.
I've been attacking you with my hays and highs lately. Hey, Jen.
I feel we need a more creative way to acknowledge each other when we start these.
I know.
We're going to work on that.
I'm just playing with it. We'll see. I don't think it's been very effective. People are already like, let's turn this off. It's got horrible. I apologize, everybody. Now, what is our topic today? What are we talking about?
We're going to do a two-part series on slide design. Yeah. And today we're going to talk about what is our mindset around our slides.
Yes.
Why we create them, how we use them. What's our mindset?
Yeah, that's great. How would you describe the traditional mindset? Do you know what I mean?
With using slides?
Yeah, like the one that it's kind of very mainstream and traditional.
I think it's pretty common to use our slides as they can protect us. We can feel our slides protect us as a presenter, especially if we're nervous or we don't feel prepared to give a presentation. We end up leaning on our slides a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we're not building that connection with our audience. Slides are tricky because it can create a barrier between the presenter and the audience.
Yeah. I have a whole theory around this. I'd love to do some research to see if it's to prove it. But I feel it in my bones that it's true. That I think, slide software came around, I don't know, like 30 years ago, maybe something like that. And PCs became ubiquitous. Everybody had their computers, and then PowerPoint came around and people saw great speakers using visual aids. And they thought, oh, I want to look like these guys, and they use slides, so I'm going to do it too. But somehow everything got twisted and the slide became super central. And I think the reason is because when we get in a communication situation where the stakes are high, which most presentations are kind of like that, right? We want to go back to writing. I really think we want to go back. We kind of go back in our mind to we're in school, we're writing an essay, and we apply all these habits and attitudes we formed as writers. We're not by profession, but we've learned to write in a literate society. And so we think, God, I want to be careful about what I'm going to say during this presentation. So I've got to have some kind of plan, a thing. So the slides almost replace the essay in a way.
And then that's what's put on the slide.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, people try and
like
bullet
a document.
It, right? I mean, we see death by PowerPoint, word dumps, like info dumps all the time. And if you think about it, those slides look awfully like a document. And I get it. I think we want a document in a way because it helps us. It's like we're writing. We can revise and edit and perfect everything to make the perfect sort of script-like thing. But when it comes time to talk, those same slides get in the way.
Well, that's the problem. We're creating a script.
Yeah.
So then as a presenter, if we are relying on the slide as a script or a teleprompter, we just end up reading the slide to the audience. So then going back to the mindset, that's the mindset. How do I create a slide so that it covers everything that I need to talk about and it's going to keep me on track? And then we end up reading the slide and creating that huge disconnect between the presenter and the audience. Totally. So the slides, they're not supposed to be a document. It's not supposed to be a script.
Right. And we have to stop calling it our presentation. Like, where's your presentation? Like, what do you mean? Where is my presentation?
I'm the presentation.
Hey, right. It's in the future. It's an event. Are you talking about, well, let's give the audience the mental shift. Are you talking about my visual aids? That's the words that I like to use when I think of slides. And honestly, I really force myself to use that kind of language because it helps me keep stuff straight in my head.
Yes, it keeps your mindset straight.
Yeah.
That the slides are only there to support your message. You are the presentation as the presenter. Your audience is there for you.
Right.
They're not there to see 40 slides. They're there to see you and to hear you as the presenter.
Yeah. And there's so much. When you have a constant glowing box in the room or on the screen when you're doing screen sharing, and there's stuff all over it, whether it's a lot of words or not, whether it's highly visual, your audience has to split their visual attention between you and the slides.
It's exhausting.
It really is exhausting. And the problem is every time they take their eye off of you, they're taking their eyes away from the stuff that builds rapport, your smile, your face, your gestures, and all that stuff. I mean, part of it's in your voice, but so much of it is how you hold yourself, how you express feelings on your face. And don't we want presentations to be human like that? I think
yes, we do. And the audiences do. However, I truly believe that presenters, a lot of presenters want to hide behind the slides.
Yeah.
They don't want to be the visual. They don't want to be the presentation. It feels more safe for them to hide behind the slides. So that is the mindset shift that needs to take place. If we really want to stand out and be excellent presenters, we need to change our mindset on what we are using our slides for. What's a step? What's a first step that we can take to change our mindset?
You know what? I'll try and give people one simple thing, and that is in your next presentation, if it's online, choose a point, maybe the beginning, where you don't share your screen. If you're accustomed to doing it, and just say, you know what, I'm going to open up and introduce myself and maybe tell a quick story. And then I'll bring the slides up.
I like it.
Or if it's in person, insert one black slide somewhere in there and start there. Over time, what I hope people will begin to see is that you can decouple these things. Slides are not synonymous with presentations. They don't always have to be there. What would you say? What's your tip?
I agree. Start small with this, especially if you're noticing that it makes you feel more secure to hide behind the slides. You're probably going to want to take a baby step with this. And I love what you just mentioned around try starting the presentation without a slide. Do your introduction, give that valuable introduction without a slide. And watch how your audience responds differently because you're doing something different. Our audiences are craving for something different during presentations because everyone does the exact same thing. So try something different and watch how your audience responds. It will boost your confidence to keep trying more ideas.
Right. Well, that is awesome stuff. I'm looking forward to next week because now we can talk about slide design, actually. So what do you do? What do you put on those slides? How do you think about where you place the elements and how do you use color and all those other things so that you maximize the value of the visual aids that you're sharing? Keeping
those slides clean, clear, easy to follow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Jen, I think we should share.
Oh, yes. We have big news.
We have big news that in a few weeks, the name of our podcast is changing.
It is.
Now, we're not going to reveal what that is, but let's at least reassure the audience that we're not going anywhere. I mean, this is not changing. This thing that we do,
this duo.
This duo thing. We might have a little more attitude when we do it, but
I think so.
Yeah. But that's about
this
it.
Is good. Our name is changing, and then we'll have an extra surprise to announce later.
That's right. So stay tuned. All right. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks.